And here, we don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here, we don't just dream, we make history. This
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
All you have to do is you just have to get their feet here on the pavement and bing. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
You must be boring.
this is a magical place.
All you have to do is you just have
Why
to
do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
It has become something of a lost art. Remembering someone's face. Remembering a name. They're the building blocks of a strong, caring community. Can you think of anything else more important than that? We can't.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
I don't know, just the opportunities I've had, the people I've met, I couldn't have imagined a better college experience. The professor gets to know you really quickly. I know that people know who I am and that they care about me. With the opportunities I have here, I'm going to be able to succeed. Now I just feel like I can do anything.
The Power Price Event, Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. Power price, $99 per month lease. $99 per month. New 18 Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. $219 per month lease. 18 Equinox, $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise LTs, $18,790. Hurry in for best selection. The Power Price Event, Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Spring has arrived at the all-new Fireplace Superstore. Drop in and check out all the new 2017 patio furniture. At Fireplace Superstore, you will find Central Iowa's most complete outdoor furniture selection for your deck and patio, including gas and charcoal grills, fire pits, and wicker furniture. Get in on the early spring savings going on now. Fireplace Superstore has been creating your outdoor style for over 35 years. Fireplace Superstore just west of Homemakers on Douglas in Urbandale.
It's time now for the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Central Iowa Sports Network. From the smallest towns to the biggest cities, watch the Iowa girl compete for the title of state champion. CISN.TV's coverage of the state tournament is presented by Mid-American Energy, Schottenkirk Chevy of Waukee, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottlers. Also brought to you by the Iowa Pork Producers, Shields, Fairway Foods, Una Vista University, the Better Business Bureau. Now let's go courtside at Wells Fargo Arena in downtown Des Moines for state tournament basketball.
courtside as a little nervous energy. I should have just cut your tie at the same time. Paul Yeager along with legendary broadcaster and Janesville Wildcat Dar Danielson. As Dar, it's moving day. We move from the lowest to the highest as we go from semifinals to finals. Big day, the trophies and the action gets real.
Yeah, March kind of came in like a lion yesterday. You felt the tension ratchet up in those semifinals. Some really good tight games. A few games not so tight, but good basketball action overall to head into the semifinals. Wrap up the semifinals today and then start the championships.
That's what Friday is all about now. Instead of splitting one game last night and another tonight in a class, they both go today in Class 2A and then Class 1A. But yesterday, it was again about the semifinals, and we started with the big schools, 5A. We're going 5-1 this year. Largest to smallest early on, Johnston and Iowa City High.
Yeah, and that was one where City High got out early. Johnston made a 17-0 run to come back. City High held them off down the stretch. The final 132, City High kind of held them off and went on to win that. But, just a great push by Johnston. But City High did what they had to do in hitting the free throws late.
And it was setting up. You had the first half of an all Iowa City 5A final. Half of it was there. The thing is, Iowa City West had to do their part in a pretty good back and forth with Indianola, and Iowa City West comes out on top.
Yeah, and I think Indianola came in kind of as, not as much attention as they've had in past years getting down here, and they come out on a mission, and they played pretty hard, but credit Iowa City West, just a gritty, tough performance to hold off Indianola. They real good defense that held down some of the top scorers for Indianola.
They'll be in the finals with a record of 18-7, and you think about Iowa City West, they're a pump fake away on a breakaway layup from not being here.
Yes, and one thing we know is that 5A championship trophy for the first time since we had a Class 5A is moving to the east side of the state. So those teams I know have been working at it for quite a while, and it'll get over there this year.
They got to held it somewhere near Denby Street in Iowa City as opposed to coming all over here, but I guess we'll settle on the floor here tonight. We'll preview that game just a little bit more later in this pregame show. The other class, the other semifinal was in Class 4A, Center Point, Urbana, and Marion. Grinnell and Lamar's. It's the Indians of Marion and the Tigers from Grinnell that advance.
Yeah, and Center Point really played a great ball game. Came out tough. I think kind of surprised some people. Kept that game really close all the way through until the end of that ball game, and they shouldn't be down about their performance at all. They gave it everything they had, and they just got a real good team that ended up beating them.
It was the third time those two teams had played in this regular season, or in this season. 2 times went to Marion, and so did the third. So the Indians back in the title game. We'll talk about them in a little bit, but who they would play was in that contest that featured a Lamar squad that pulled the upset against Lewis Central earlier in the week against a team from Grinnell who just feels like a team of destiny.
Yeah, Grinnell got down to business early, got the early lead, and didn't look back. They never let Lamar's try to play the spoiler. That's the thing about when you're the spoiler, you have to stay close in these games and have a chance to win at the end. Grinnell said, no, we're pushing out. We aren't even going to let you stay close, and they kept him out there the whole way.
Grinnell led by Sienna Durr, and she was just outstanding again. She is getting close to a tournament scoring record. She'll need 27 tonight to set that. The thing about Lamar's, they were in this game in the first quarter, but it was that second quarter that just really got away from them in a hurry.
Yeah, they just fell behind, and sometimes that happens. You ratchet up the defense, Grinnell did. You miss a few shots, the other team's hitting them, and then things, especially in the semifinal, they get a little more tense every shot. And maybe you shoot that shot you shouldn't have. You should have waited for another pass, and then it kind of builds on you. The coach will take a timeout and try to settle you down. Sometimes that works. Other times, you just have a better team like Grinnell that ends up holding you off.
And sometimes coaches don't call timeouts. They let the team keep going if they have seniors, and that's exactly what happened in the Sioux Center game last night against Monticello and Crestwood and North Polk. North Polk's coach called timeouts to kind of keep Crestwood in check, but I'm going to skip ahead to that Sioux Center game first. There was a run. Sioux Center was in control of this game for pretty much the majority of it, But there was a point, Dar, in that game where Monticello made a run, and Coach did not call a timeout for Sioux Center. He let his senior-dominated squad work it out on the floor on their own.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that comes, you see them all year. You have a strategy, and like you say, there's some coaches, they want to call that timeout right away, come over and get it straightened out. Laura Leonard made a good, or not Laura, Jackie Sapp, she said, sometimes coaches try to overcoach too. They'll call that timeout, let's change a bunch of stuff. She said, that can hurt you more than help you sometimes. But the Sioux Center coach, she said, no, we'll just, I have faith in them. And, teams are going to make a run at you too. And the players by this point, especially the seniors, know that's going to happen, and how do they respond? And they didn't. What did it get down to? It got closer.
It got to about 9.
About 9, yeah. Which we say sounds close. It was close. When you're on a run, you cut down a double-digit lead. So, yeah, it was an interesting strategy.
And the Sioux Center coach told me after the game, he says, I was getting to the point, if it would have gotten to about 5 or 6, I would have called timeout. And that's the same strategy that Doug Sickles had with Crestwood, as the Cadets had North Polk making a run again in that second half. And again, Crestwood just kind of held on it and just said, all right, I'm going to let the Friesens work their way through this. Find Sharon Goodman last night. Sharon Goodman, if she wasn't playing in Class 3A, would have set a record in both 2A and 4A for scoring her 33 points last night, Dar. Just an outstanding performance, and she scored the majority of them in the paint.
Yeah, and the interesting thing about that, again, Jackie did the game with me, and they started out and hit like 3 threes, and Jackie said, well, Goodman hasn't even touched the ball, and we were like, 4 minutes into that first quarter. Well, then she finally did, and then as Jackie pointed out, those threes kind of loosened up the inside, because you come out in your North Polk and you're thinking, Goodman, we got to protect her, we got to watch her, and they're hitting the outside. Well, then all of a sudden, we got to edge out to the outside, and then they just started hitting Goodman, and some of those were just nice lobs inside, turning off the glass.
They were at this basket right here, and you know where that white little arch is? Hello, ladies. That's basically where she scored the majority of those points last night. They'd go over that defense. There was just no answer for her. Just too much of a size matchup.
Yeah, and you credit her teammates who've talked a little bit about that lob. Sometimes it's not the easiest. We see them go way over the head, or, they're short and they get picked off, but some good passes into her. And then, just like a machine, she caught it. You don't bring the ball down. You turn, you go up and off the glass. And, man, it was just kind of a clinic in post play yesterday.
The record is 47 in an individual game, set last season in this game, in this arena, and that was Ellie Ruffridge, and that's a record I'd like to say would never be broken, but I didn't think that 37 from Alexis Conaway a few years ago from MOC Floyd Valley would ever get broken, but then Ellie went and broke it last year.
And then we had the assist record set in that game.
Yeah. Ellie Friesen.
18 assists, right?
And that not only was a single game record, it also set the tournament record one performance.
Well, she had 12 assists at the half and then ended up with 18. So, yeah, and so, again, it shows you, I think she scored 7, but, sometimes you don't have to score to be an important part of the team. If you're running that point and you're getting the ball to the people who are the scorers, that's big.
All right, that is a look at your semifinal matchups. City High and Iowa City West advance, Marion and Grinnell, and Crestwood and Sioux Center. We'll dig into those final games and preview the rest of the day's action. When we come back, you're watching the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament here from Wells Fargo Arena on the Central Iowa Sports Network, CISN.TV.
This is Iowa, and here we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger, and together we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community Thank you for 50 years.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Championship Friday, but first we have to finish the last of the semifinals. Paul Yeager and Dar Danielson here with you as we get you ready for championship night. Tonight, Dar, Class 5A and Class 4A will tip. That'll be at 6 and at 8. Pre-game show begins on Iowa Public Television at 5:30. I won't have quite as good of a seat as we do right now, and I know that people are looking at our seats wanting to know when we vacate the floor, but you know what? We've been here all week.
Yeah.
And only been close to getting hit, what, once or twice?
Oh, a couple times, and I have not been charged with a technical foul yet either when the officials come out, so that's good.
Usually you usually get one.
Yeah, at least one.
A warning, a bench warning.
Yeah, bench warning.
They got to put the seatbelt back on you to have. Now, this week we have been covering all of the girls' tournaments. CISN has partnered with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. That's who our contract is with. We'll do it for this week, and then we'll be back next season. And next week is a whole nother operation that we're not a part of. But it has been an absolute blast to be down here. As you think about, oh, go ahead. You wanted to say.
Well, tonight not only you're up there, but you're gonna have a bunch of features too on different things, right? We want to mention that if people want to tune in and see some good work you guys have been doing behind the scenes throughout the season, right?
We have the Class 5A feature. We'll solo on the Cedar Falls Tigers. They have 3 players going to the University of Northern Iowa, just making the quick little trip from one to the other, and then in Class 4A, we look at the Grinnell Tigers and get a chance to see what they're all about and their singing abilities, and that's always kind of fun. So
anyway, you were going to wrap it up?
I was going to wrap it up.
Okay.
And say that.
Imagine that I let you extend the time. Now, when does that happen?
I'm in no hurry. I don't know what the concern is. We got all sorts of time.
It's been fun though, hasn't it?
It has been fun, and it's been good to be here. And we hope you've enjoyed the streams. You know, many people have been watching across the state. Keep an eye on our Facebook page. We'll give you an update if DVDs are available. I know that is a question that we've been getting. And we also know that people have been asking about the live streams tonight. Games will still be streamed on iptv.org in addition to the statewide coverage on Iowa Public Television as well. All right, now, this morning, we have a couple of games, Dar, and it is Class 2A and Class 1A. And we'll start with Teynor and Grundy Center and finish with Cascade and North Union here in Class 2A.
Yeah, it should be another couple good semifinals here with these two teams as they, get the championship field set. I haven't done a little bit of looking at it, but
Grundy Center knocked out Iowa City Regina.
Yeah.
Regina was missing a good player the other night.
Yeah, and I think the matchups look pretty good right now. There isn't any one big, shift one way or the other when you look at it in some of these other games we've seen.
Well, Teynor comes in as the number 2 team in Class 2A. Number 1 is at home watching in Wester Christian. They lost on a last-second shot to North Union. North Union won again on a last-second free throw in their quarterfinal to get into the semis.
Yeah, and those are games that can propel you on to something bigger sometimes when because you feel like you've done it.
And then they'll face Cascade. And then in Class 1A, it'll be Springville against IGHSAU, the Orioles, looking for their 3rd straight title.
Yeah, and they didn't look like they had any weaknesses, so far. And any concern about them taking it for granted that they've won 2 in a row, didn't see that either.
They absolutely came out and played a fantastic basketball game there. In that first round win, Springville took it to Algona Bishop Garrigan and had their way. So then it'll be Newell Fonda and Central Decatur. The Cardinals in Class 1A this year after being in 2A last season. Newell Fonda, no stranger to playing at Wells Fargo Arena.
Yeah, and changing classes doesn't always necessarily mean you'll have success because sometimes those top teams, there's a distinction is very little, so we'll see how that goes. Newell Fonda, though, a good solid team, and again, should be a good tight ball game.
All right, very good. That'll do for our look ahead. We'll step away and get out of the way and bring you the pomp and circumstance that's coming yet here in the semifinals. And we've got 6 games here on the network today before we switch it over to the championships, and you can go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Get some rest. Go
Got
back
a little
to work.
more last night. It's a little nice when those you don't have that 8 o'clock game and get out of here at 10:30, 11.
A whole lot of difference. Well, we'll tip off at 10 o'clock, and we'll continue the pregame show when we come back. This is CISN.TV.
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. From medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Welcome back to our broadcast location here from courtside at Wells Fargo Arena. I am Paul Yeager. That is Dar Danielson. And the Grundy Center Spartans are on the court, and the Spartans are here after a first-round win, the last game of the night. All the way back, I think that was Tuesday, wasn't it?
Yeah. Long time ago.
Grundy Center, they won a 46-45 win over Iowa City Regina. In that contest, Dar, Regina had the basketball in about 30 seconds and down 1, and Grundy Center came back and had plenty of fouls to give, somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 to 4. And they fouled about every 10 seconds for a couple of times, and then they let Regina have about 12 seconds to get 3 shots off, and none of them fell.
Was that when they threw it in then from the baseline? Right?
Yeah,
they had
a shot from the top and a shot from the side, and then that one from about 6 feet that just fell short at the end.
Yeah, because they got another foul, and then I think they were thinking they were going to come down and shoot free throws. But it was the one-on-one
That's
yet.
the North Union game.
Or no, that's the North Union game. Okay.
But
yeah, they're running together.
This one was down here.
And then, then they had the 3 and then the 2 more shots. Okay.
Yeah, I happened to watch the video again. That's the only reason I remember it from a couple of nights ago. So Grundy Center comes in. It's a squad full of juniors. And this is a team that comes out of the North Iowa Cedar League West. Matt Lindemann is their head coach. He from the Appleton-Parkersburg area, was on the team. From what I understand, his shot when he played was one of the highest arcing ones that would go out and come back in. That's what Andy Pollock used to remember about his shot.
Oh, so it drew rain, as they say.
It drew rain, and I think he played on the last Appleton team before they switched to Appleton and Parkersburg. Lindemann's been a head football coach at IGHSAU, and then now he's moved in to the girls basketball role at Grundy Center. This is a team featuring they're getting 14 a game out of Haley Willis, and then they get 10 out of Brooke Flater. And those 1-2 had a nice night against Regina. Willis had 12. Flater had 11. They went 3 of 14 from 3, not the greatest percentage, 5 of 9 free throws. And sometimes you just need that one to go in, but you'd like 1 or 2 more just to save a little bit on the points and the blood pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, you hope that you don't get those shots. And then there's a case, too, you talked about. They had the fouling and they had the strategy, but sometimes that doesn't always work either. Something happens and another team makes a play and they get a couple shots at it. But
And Regina, without Alex Weiss, she hurt her knee in the last practice, in the last moments of practice, and she was worth about 12 to 15 points, let alone what her presence brings, so it fell to Mary Crompton to do a lot of the work, and Crompton still had 20 that night, 13 from Grayson Dumont. They'll face a trainer team today, Dar, that comes in Class 2A. Joe Chapman, in his first year, takes over for Gail Hartigan, a legend in trainer basketball, Hall of Famer, and he inherited a team that was moments away from a state championship last year against Western.
Yeah, and and that's sometimes tough. You get a new coach, but because no matter even if you've been an assistant, everybody has a little bit different way of doing things and looking at things, but you adapt through the season, and obviously it's worked because they're here at 23-1 and back, and a chance to try to get back to the title game.
They lost a 4-point game to Bishop Heelan late in midway through the last part of the season, and they have rolled as they came in against West Sioux and won that game 54-30 in the opening round that night. Kayla Chapman 20. And Madeline Deichler, she had 17 points, but really the impressive stat for her was the 10 rebounds.
Yeah, and then you look at it, there's a couple of those games, the one where they held a team to 7, 12, 18, 14, some of those teams they played, you could tell their dominance because they, held them way down on defense, and we've talked about that too. Sometimes in the regular season you get some of those type of games and it doesn't hone you as much, but, that hasn't hurt them at all. They played well and into the tournament here.
All right, we will have that tip at 10 o'clock, and there'll be pregame festivities coming your way in just a couple of minutes. We'll have the anthem, introduction of non-starters, starters, and the tip-off coming your way at 10 o'clock here on coverage of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Basketball Tournament from Des Moines. Back after this.
The value of staying active cannot be overlooked in our lives or our young athletes. However, high-intensity workouts come with the risk of injury. If you or your child have sustained a sports injury, Select Physical Therapy in conjunction with Iowa Ortho are here to help with 2 convenient walk-in locations.
From diagnosis through recovery, you'll be put directly into the hands of experts who will evaluate and treat your sports-related injury.
Call us today for an evaluation.
It has become something of a lost art, remembering someone's face, remembering a name. They're the building blocks of a strong, caring community. Can you think of anything else more important than that? We can't.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we got it all.
The opportunities I've had, the people I've met, I couldn't have imagined a better college experience. The professor gets to know you really quickly. I know that people know who I am and that they care about me. With the opportunities I have here, I'm going to be able to succeed. Now I just feel like I can do anything. I don't know, just the opportunities I've had, the people I've met, I couldn't have imagined a better college experience. The professor gets to know you really quickly. I know that people know who I am and that they care about me. With the opportunities I have here, I'm going to be able to succeed. Now I just feel like I can do anything.
Welcome back. We're getting ready here for the 2A semifinal. And let's go to our PA announcer, Joe Hammond, for the introductions.
And the number 1 seed, Teynor Cardinals. Hey, it's now time to introduce the players in today's semifinal matchup. First, the non-starters and assistant coaches for the number 5 seed, Grundy Center Spartans. Number 11, Regan Zinkula. Number 12, Jessica Ayers. Number 25, Landry Lurie. Number 31, Sarah Lindemann. Number 33, Cora Sock. Number 51, Leslie Holmeister. Number 53, Brittany Burrows. And number 55, Brianna Hildebreidel. The assistant coaches for Grundy Center are Tiffany Sock and Daniel Schmidt. And now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches for the number 1 seed, Teynor Cardinals. Number 10, Tori Castle. Number 12, Alyssa Keller. Number 20, Mandy Stogdill. Number 22, Kennedy Elwood. Number 33, Chauncey. Number 32, Gracie Hansen. Number 40, Kate Julesgaard. Number 54, Anna Halverson. The assistant coaches for Teynor are Jeff Point, Travis Castle, and Abby Tarts. And now, let's meet your starters from both teams. For Grundy Center, a 5'9" junior, number 13, Haley Wallace. And for Teynor, a 5'9" junior, number 14, Sydney Carmen. For Grundy Center, a 5'5" junior, number 15, Manny McMartin. And for Teynor, a 5'9" junior, number 24, Connor Sugman. For Grundy Center, a 5'5" junior, number 21, Sydney Matthews. And for Teynor, a 5'9" junior, number 34, Kayla Chapman. For Grundy Center, a 5'11" junior, number 35, Kylie Willis. And for Teynor, a 5'10" senior, number 44, Madeline Deichler. For Grundy Center, a 5'11" junior, number 43, Brooke Flater. And for Teynor, a 5'9" junior, number 50, Sydney Huseman. The head coach for Grundy Center is Matt Lindemann, and the head coach for Teynor is Joe Chapman. The officials for today's game are Brad Van Rokel, Jared Ray, Raleigh Weavers, and Derek Works. Ladies and gentlemen, the Williamsburg High School Singers, under the direction of Stephen Manning and Catherine Birdie, will now sing our national anthem. Please direct your attention to the flag as we honor our great country.
So proudly we held as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets and those lights gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
And with that,
that's a pretty good rendition there, huh?
We're ready for basketball. You know, I was thinking about during the anthem, of course, the country, but the girls' teams always are the ones that go through the anthem. The boys don't, because they're always the second game, although we've done a couple of games this year in the CIML where they've had an anthem before the boys' game, too.
Yeah, some schools do both, I think.
Yeah.
It just depends. Usually it's the girls, because most time the girls play on a doubleheader, the girls play first.
They play first, yeah.
And in my case, the girls played first, the gym was packed, and then we played, and everybody went home.
Well, that's been the case. Yeah, there's a couple of stories like that. The way it is, a lot of nights you sit there and we'll do the girls' game, and we'll see the arena clear. It still happens today. It used to be that way in the 6-player days, too, when some of those squads. All right, today we have Grundy Center, and we have Teynor to tip off. Teynor from Western Iowa and play in the Western Iowa Conference out of Potawatomi County. That's the Council Bluffs area. And Grundy Center. So if you're going on Highway 330 and you go north on Highway 14, you'll run right into Grundy Center, so halfway between Des Moines and Waterloo Cedar Falls. So both of these squads, Teynor came down last night. They had to go to a full day of class.
Yeah.
And then they came down last night, so they stayed in a hotel in the area. The Spartans down this morning. The fans behind us, they're ready. It'll be Teynor in white, Grundy Center in their maroon. And we'll tip it off, and we're underway on Championship Friday. But first, semifinals. Spartans earlier on, just kind of trying to get a feel for what's going on. They've already played that game here, so some of those nerves are gone, but there's still a chance to play in the title. McMartin with the basketball, and then Wallace trying to look inside for Willis.
Willis on the post down there.
Early 2-3 zone look from Teynor. Tip pass by Sudeman. Still on that cut, and if you can't get it to work and a shot like that, it's blocked by Huseman, and it'll be off of Grundy Center, and Teynor will get their first offensive possession.
Interesting how they have Flater out wide, the taller player getting it into the post, though, but Willis does good work inside.
Well, some teams will do that on a 2-3. They'll flash up high into where the logo is. And see, Teynor early on. If they can hit the three, it's going to be a long day for Grundy Center, and the first bucket of the ball game is Sydney Carmen. And a steal for Teynor. Almost the three, thought about it, then driving the basket is Sudeman, and then there's a foul.
So good attacking the basket early, getting the rebound, put back.
Willis is whistled for the foul, the junior. All juniors on this squad that play for Grundy Center. And the bucket is good. Madeline Deichler, she can really put a game away if you let her. 5-0 early for Teynor. 15-foot jumper, good for Kylie Willis. And Grundy Center gets the lid off the basket at the 6:25 mark. Sudeman goes inside. Deichler puts it on the floor. Turnaround shot is short. Rebound Grundy Center's Brooke Flater.
She had, you saw the triple team as they collapsed on her. She's still got a pretty good shot off, though, even against a triple.
Three-pointer on the way, and good! We're tied! Maddie McMartin. First tie of the ball game. Sudeman over to Carmen. Deichler is fouled on the interior pass. Our officials today, Brad Van Rokel, Jared Ray, and Raleigh Weavers.
And there again, you see both these teams wanting to go into the post and out.
Three-pointer on the way, off the mark, rebound.
Haley Wallace.
Haley Wallace grabs it. And Wallace swings it over. Quick passing against this zone. They step right in that middle spot does Willis. Shots off the mark, and it'll go to Teynor out of bounds.
So you got Wallace and Willis, so a little bit of a
easy to say
a challenge for the play-by-play guy today.
Tied up at 5, Teynor and Grundy Center early on here in this 2A semifinal. And that's nearly out of bounds. Suderman found a handle. Looking for Deichler now. She's on the left elbow and kicks it out. Chapman. Deichler is out of, and we're going to have, it's going to be a legal screen, I would imagine. Yep, it is on Sydney Carmen.
Deichler and Huseman, they're trying to work that double post. And one time there, they both came into the same spot, which I don't think they wanted. So trying to figure the defense out early on.
Yeah, and Deichler's way up in the lane there. Tipped away and nearly stolen by Teynor. Suderman got her hand in there. Three-pointer contested and blocked by Chapman, who then goes on the outlet, but somehow Grundy centers. Willis gets it back. Inside, drop step, turnaround, good. Flater. Grundy Center, their first lead of the game.
Yep.
4:03 to play. Tipped away, stolen. That's Wallace, lays it in for 2.
Well, Grundy Center not worried about facing the #1 seed early on, taking it right to the Cardinals.
Spartans playing with no fear. Nice drive. Kick back out. Some teams approach that zone that way. They drive and kick. Right now, the Spartans are both sagging and collapsing at the same time.
Yeah.
I know that's hard to do. But they are frustrating Deichler right now. Three-pointer on the way, off the mark. Rebound tipped and corralled by the Spartans. Brooke Flater up ahead. Here's McMartin, 15-footer in transition. Rebound, Sydney Carmen, she's trapped. And the Cardinals will push the tempo. Driving, score, not scoring, but getting fouled is Connor Suderman.
Well, I think Grundy Center, they're playing a man though, but they're sagging so much it looks like a zone here. And then Teynor plays the true zone. One of the few teams down here we've seen that comes right out in the zone and plays the true zone. A lot of them play the man-to-man, most teams it seems like.
Flater picks up her second foul on that. Darano. Almost. For Connor Suderman.
Yeah,
heading out is Huseman.
Fouls can be an issue, although sometimes teams like Sioux Center, they get a lot of fouls early and it doesn't seem to bother them, I think because of their depth, you know.
Second attempt is good, and Suderman in the book for the first time ends a 4-0 run. Stolen. And tipped out. And Grundy Center with it. Wallace along the far sideline is fouled at half court. Connor Suderman. That's only her first. Connor averaging 14 points a contest. They need her to be in the game. Zinkula into the game for the Spartans. 15-footer, no good. Rebound was Lindemann, who's also into the ball game. Now inside, up, over, no good for Willis.
It's too bad. She had a good seal on that zone as they rotated it, and she sealed out the middle player on the zone.
Deichler, up strong, too strong. Rebound, Zinkula. Approaching 2 minutes. Spartans by 3 and a turnover. Only the fourth of the game for Grundy Center. Timeout, Spartans here at the well.
Is Iowa. And here, We don't just dream of a better tomorrow, of a smarter way to do business or live, of perseverance and progress. We inspire it in others. We challenge the conventional, reimagine what it means to be better, and then dare ourselves to make it great. This is Iowa, and here we don't just dream, we make history. This
Part of our coverage tonight on Iowa Public Television will feature some stories around the basketball and world. And one of the text messages I just saw go right now, and the boss just tapped me on the shoulder, so maybe I shouldn't even tell the story. And I don't know if the guy says, is there anything else you need me to do right meow? So I think we're going with a cat theme today in the truck at IPTV. Teynor has it. Nice move to the rack, and scoring is Kayla Chapman. Back within one.
Nothing out of the ordinary early on here. Both teams trying to find the zone.
3-ball. Shields three-point play from Zinkula. Reagan.
Giving the 4-point lead their biggest.
Suderman drives. Nice move. Fouled before the shot from 15 feet away. Suderman's tried to create a couple of times as she's driven the basket.
Yeah, because Grundy Center seems to have solved the post in there and not letting them get it in very easily inside.
Nice move again. Connor, jump step, hop, jump, and a little too much. That was the Euro plus the
yeah.
Asian move.
If you had the Euro plus the hop, and that's the travel.
Around the world would get you that one. Chapman pressuring Wallace. Got to have good ball handling skills to play here, and stolen away Teynor. That's Chapman. 3-on-1. The right-hander too strong, and somehow crashing the board is Stockdill, and we're going to have a foul on Grundy Center.
Yeah, I think it was on the backside there.
Fouls on Grundy Center. Number 33, Kurosaki. Her first, team foul number 5.
Kurosaki with the foul.
Sock, okay. Her first. And then Grundy Center gets the turnover.
Now, Grundy Center has got Teynor a little out of sync early on here.
Oh, picked it up in the tough spot. Teynor missed a chance there to collapse, and then they do on the second one.
Yep.
Maybe that's part of their coverage. A lot of times teams will try to do it right inside the half-court line. That one was a little more towards the bench.
Well, and sometimes you don't get the steal up top, but you do get it, and that's the people off the ball. Well, they got to move and get some good space to get that pass, because the press doesn't always get the turnover the first time, but you may get it the second.
Chapman from the G League line, no good. We call them the Energy, but they're the Wolves now.
Yeah, Wolves now.
And they even play on a different floor than this one. So driving, throwing, somehow finding nearly Zinkula there. I think she was trying to draw contact. Up ahead, Stockdale with the buzzer, no!
Well, the clock was running down. That's why she put it up so quick.
Just a tiny bit early. Grundy Center leads Teynor by 4 after 1.
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
Here on the pavement and big. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
you must be boring.
This is a magical place.
All you have to do is
Coming up at halftime, we'll talk with Panorama head coach Dan Druvinga after Panorama was here at the tournament. Get a little perspective on the Class 2A field from him. And yesterday we saw a lot of the big school coaches were here, and the small school coaches, no different. They're here as well, trying to see some good basketball action. And this one, Dart, 12-8 early on, Grundy Center. Not afraid of the Teynor Cardinals.
Yeah, and Teynor still trying to get the offense going that low game as they're sagging in on the post. And just a little trouble yet. I mean, they'll work it out here, but it's taken a little bit of time to get the offense going.
And we have the extended period here between first and second for the part of the halftime or the show that goes on here. Lisa Brinkmeyer from the Union goes into the locker rooms with the camera to see what the teams do for pregame rituals. And Lisa and I had a chance to talk earlier in the week, and she says the teams that win have asked her, they've come up to her and said, do we get to do that thing again where we come into the locker? Who were here last year, they just thought it was so much fun. Teynor goes to work here, down 4 in the second quarter. Chapman, she hit a 3 early on. Carmen hit a 3 as well. And that's Sudeman with the basketball right now. Deichler been mostly quiet in this game.
They're trying to set screens low and get those people coming up top. So far.
And if you're not hitting the threes, it's that zone look will stay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where they sag right in. They're sagging 3 people into the lane and just not even changing on the screens.
But Teynor brings some pressure a little more. They bring the front 2 of their zone way out. In Park and Rec basketball for the second graders, you can't play past the free throw line defense. So they would be in violation at that second grade level. But here in this level, they can play defense wherever, and that was a great set of defensive skills by Kayla Chapman right there for Teynor to get the steal. Deichler drives, stops, and hops, and I think she got her feet caught. I think what happened is they kind of got tied up, and she just lost the ability to go up strong.
There again, 4 people there to meet her as she comes in. So, like you said, they need to get a few of the outside shots to kind of pull that sagging defense out. But they're going full court pressure again, and we'll see how this wears on Grundy Center as we get through the game here.
4 up on that transition jumper, no good by Wallace. Rebound, Teynor up ahead. Sudeman dishes. Chapman. Sudeman the move. Kick. Oh, wide open. I thought Carmen wanted to take it. Deichler working hard. Gets it on the right block extended.
Couple people tumble down low. And then a travel called up high.
So Deichler got tangled up. I think it was with Flater, who's back in with her 2 fouls.
So they're trying to screen down low and get somebody out, but when you're sagging 4 people in there, they don't switch on the screen, so it's so hard for Teynor right now to get somebody open and come up.
Getting more of that pressure in the corner. Grundy Center not been in offense too much here in this quarter.
And nobody scored yet in the quarter.
3 ball on the way, off the mark by McMartin. Rebound. Oh, Carmen was open, and then Chapman just takes it all the way.
So the first bucket comes about 2:20 in.
Lead cut to 2, and that was a transition point. Not on a set offensive spot. Double dribble from McMartin. Saw that move yesterday. You lose control. If you don't touch it, it's fine. But what that player had done yesterday is she dropped out of the way, then set a screen to let her teammate come and collect it. But that time she went up and then swatted it, and that's when you get the double dribble. We know that some of the officials who are watching, and I know in years past we've gotten notes about you're calling that wrong. So again, if we're getting that wrong, let us know. Had a chance to talk to a couple of officials yesterday who were at our game when we had the LED light out on one of the baskets. And he was thankful for that. And I just said, hey, if you ever have a point that you want to relay something to the crew, just come on over to the table and tell us what happened so we can tell you to get a better handle of the game. Suderman thought about the 3 as Teynor just passing it. This is about the 15th pass, it seems, of this possession.
And just Grundy center defense is just, they're leaving the player of the ball up high alone and just sticking deep.
Wide open 3 is off the mark by Castle. And Grundy center clears, as does Treynor's defense.
Grundy center's not scored yet, but they still lead here.
By 2. Inside, Flater back behind. Deichler tipped that one. That was headed for Lindemann, and it was last touched by Grundy centers. I think Lindemann, they're going to say the ball went off of her hand.
Willis back in for Grundy center.
We don't have replay, but we do have a time-delayed web stream that you can watch.
Shh, don't tell people it's time delayed.
Okay, it went off Flater's hand.
Okay.
The stream, yes. You're not yes, in real time. Turn around, Chapman too strong. Flater there for the board.
I see just nothing down in the post right now for Teynor with the defense that Grundy center's playing.
I mean, Grundy center's not even allowing Deichler to get the basketball, so somebody else from Teynor is going to have to step up. Flater missed it. It was there. Going to have to convert.
Yeah, she shot that a little too quick. She had more time.
Suderman, 10-footer, no good. Rebound, Grundy center. I think that was McMartin. Timeout, Grundy center. 3:30 to play. Grundy center still leads by 2.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa. Why do I look for
Welcome back to Wells Fargo Arena. It's Friday. A couple of semifinals and a couple of finals today.
Yeah, and right now Teynor shooting 23.5%, 4-17 from the floor. Grundy center 35.7%. And the thing is, the difference is 2 of 4 from three-point range for Grundy center right now, and Teynor 1 of 7. So not a blistering shooting percentage for either team at this point.
And Grundy center's missed on every opportunity in this quarter, which hasn't been much. 15-foot right on the line, no good, tipped. Flater goes back up, misses the front end. She hit the bottom side of the iron, and then there's a trap in the corner, and Teynor calls a timeout. Stogdell was trapped.
And Joe Chapman had to rush down the line to call that.
I got it. Oh, so Joe Chapman used to do a lot of youth coaching and was working for a couple of different companies. Now works for a trucking company over in Western Iowa with a small little group, about 10 trucks, and works in the dispatch area. And I said, how's that translate to girls basketball? He says, well, you know, I got great bosses that allow me the opportunity. And, you know, he knows the history of this Teynor program and the importance of continuing on. There were some issues of in the coaching transition of this squad from Gail Hartigan. I know there was quite a few stories written by Kevin White in the Omaha World Herald, non-Perel there in Council Bluffs, that documented what had happened. And it didn't matter to Teynor because they're back here at the state tournament and a game away from state. But they are looking up at the scoreboard, down by 2 and maybe more from the Spartans in transition. Flater back outside. It looks like a passing clinic for 3. Got it! Haley Wallace, a Shields three-point play, and that is a full timeout for Teynor. This is coverage of the girls' state basketball tournament.
Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. New 18 Silverado Double Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. Power price, $99 per month lease. $99 per month. New 18 Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 All-Star Edition. $219 per month lease. 18 Equinox. $199 per month lease. New 18 Cruise LTs. $18,790. Hurry in for best selection. The Power Price Event. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com. The Power
Price clothing store, the one that had it all, everything to get the work done, all in one place. G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us, or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing, 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
So which team's going to get lucky here? The bounce of the ball. You create your own opportunities sometimes, Dar.
Took Grundy Center about 5 minutes before they scored in the second quarter, but they still lead. They were leading by 2. The good thing is for them is Teynor only scored 2 in that quarter.
So you call this a defensive juggernaut by both teams?
It's a post play. If you look down there, they're not letting them get the ball into the post at all.
They're fronting Deichler and then collapse on the back. And if that shot can fall at any point, and that's going to be on Chapman, the fans will say over the back. It's not the correct call.
Yeah, that's not.
She made contact from the backside. Looked like maybe she had the ball, but I think it was the hand is what they got her on.
Well, you can go over the back without fouling, but sometimes when you go over the back, you do foul. But just saying over the, we won't get into that.
That's one of those things the officials want to turn around and say, there is no call as over the back. Brent Bloom, from the lineage of officials, Grundy Center, he'll always go on the radio to defend that. Part of the Iowa State pregame show. Down, swinging it is Flater. Somehow Grundy Center comes out with it. Chapman did her part to move the basketball in her team's direction, but just not enough. Grundy Center into Flater, and there's going to be a foul from behind. I think they'll say Huseman.
Huseman, yeah. A little push there.
Got her with the body, not with the hands.
Well, Grundy Center stopped them on offense. Teynor, they haven't made the most of their offensive opportunities either, as Trainor's been able to hold them off.
They've been able to move the ball on the outside. They just cannot. Yeah. They're struggling to get it inside.
We got a 3-2 quarter going here right now.
So you're looking for offense. Still lots of game left. 1:41 here at half. A couple of missed shots, but I certainly think that both defenses have been really good in this game.
So I think if we see a run here where a team can string a few baskets together, that's going to be big because it's going to put even more pressure on the other team's offense.
Teynor tries to go into Deichler. She's not looking to shoot right away. Chapman is, in and out, rebound, Huseman, and fouled on the way back up. Oh, Sydney, nice rebound and putback.
Man, that was almost a point and a half there. You shoot from 3 and it goes down and back out, shouldn't it?
Matthews whistled for the foul. Huseman hits the first. This Grundy Center team had been down here before, but not on the court. They would watch from about section 112, 113 in the northeast corner and envision how they could be here as Huseman hits both free throws. Not only are they envisioning right now, they are leading and stretching that lead again.
Yep. And that's what they got to do. They got to make the most of their opportunities now and answer.
That's Lindemann. And stolen away by Wallace. Wallace 1-on-2. Pulls up at the free throw line and hits. That was silky smooth Haley Wallace. Wallace on a 4-0 run of her own. It was Lindemann, then Wallace.
Yeah. The lead up to 7, the biggest lead for Grundy Center.
Three-pointer on the way. No. Rebound, Grundy Center, and the fans now starting to feel a little more confidence. 30 seconds to play in the half. Grundy Center walks it up. Three-pointer again. Shot off the mark, Suderman, lots of time. Right side, Carmen pulls up, Suderman. 7 seconds, Deichler drives, fouled on her way to the basket. That's a way to maybe get her involved in this a little bit more. Bring her up and allow her to attack.
His trainer isn't allowing, Grundy center isn't allowing Teynor to get on the run out when they get the rebound either. They're getting back quick, so yeah, here might be at the free throw line.
Deichler, third point of the game, ends the run. The lead stays at 6. Deichler 1 of 2. 1 second on the clock. Good if it goes! Oh!
Missed it by that much.
That much. Well, one thing we haven't missed is a good ball game. Grundy Center leads 19, Teynor 13. Finally some scoring right there at the end. 7-5 quarter. Halftime festivities. When we come back, we'll talk basketball with the head coach of Panorama. Next on CISN.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Dan Druvengay, head coach at Panorama. The Panthers, Class 2A, played here at State the other day, and unfortunately you're not in coach clothes today. You're in spectator clothes.
Yeah, much more relaxed today than it was the other day.
You come to the tournament last year, you lose in the regional final to Van Meter, and you come back this year. You're just kind of hoping, but, in Class 2A, it's, all these classes are tough. I mean, nothing's easy. You face a North Union team that gets there on a buzzer beater, and then they hit a free throw late. You had a chance on that steal right here in front of where we're sitting, and you just hope for an opportunity to win, but you really wanted that W.
Oh, of course we did. We had a nice, good shot earlier in that, too, about an 8-footer that just hit the back of the rim that went off, and then we had a foul in the last second. So we get that opportunity for that steal at half court. So the girls played hard, and they had opportunities.
So you're looking at the 2A now. North Union plays here next, but what have you seen here in this first half? A lot of defense, at least from what we see.
Yeah, that's the obvious defense. Teynor, that zone, they're so long and lanky out front that it's hard to get the ball inside against them. And their press is really, really good out front. I think it's given some trouble to Grundy Center. And Grundy Center is double teaming some of the big girls, and Teynor's really trying to work the ball down low, and they're having a difficult time getting it down there.
I should probably keep a stat on the amount of times the Deichler has touched the ball. It can't be too much more than 5.
Yes, it's true. They're really doing a good job. I've noticed they are putting a smaller girl on her and having the big girl behind her, so it's a double team. So she's having a difficult time getting the ball, just seeing it.
But if, say, Suderman or Chapman or Carmen can hit a 15 or a 17-foot, this game changes dramatically.
Correct, yeah. If they can start hitting a couple of those outside shots, it'll loosen up the middle. So That's the big thing. You got to get them open and get the shots off.
So North Union and Cascade in that second game. I mean, you know North Union a lot, but what would you expect in that one?
Cascade, once again, plays that really good zone. They're very disciplined. They're a little bit deeper than North Union. North Union was a lot like us. They like playing 7 girls. They're very similar to what we do a lot, so I think it's going to be a good ball game.
Now, you are not here just to watch basketball. You brought someone along with you today.
Yeah, our girl Devin Kimball is getting an academic award of the second game of the 1A game, and then so we're going to stick around and watch her. And then in 1A, we played all 4 of the teams somehow, either scrimmage them or played in Springville early in the year. We got beat by them in overtime, so we're very familiar with all the teams.
That was over in Cedar Rapids?
Correct.
So
yeah.
Did you like going over there for that experience?
Yeah, I think it really helped us for when we came down here. That it helped us get that little bit of tournament atmosphere. It was really good for our girls.
That was over at Coe College. They switched
Correct.
venues this year. Had been at the U.S. Cellular Center. So you're familiar with Springville. They look like, I know you were in the, didn't get a chance to see it, but they just look like they're kind of, they tried to send a point, I think, with their performance the other day.
Yes, correct. And they're just really good athletes. And the experience down there they've had really helps them out a ton. They know what to expect and how to handle this pressure.
And then Exira EHK, not too terribly far from you, a little bit further to the west.
We just scrimmaged them right before the tournament started, before the districts and so on. And they have a couple really good girls over there. The Peppers girls, I think is her name.
Sophia Peppers.
Yeah, she's really good.
Great player. She's been, a lot of great players have come out of that program.
Yes, they have.
Let's
I know Tom very well, and he does a good job over there.
And Newell Fonda always here and back again, undefeated, 25-0.
We went up there a lot last summer and scrimmaged them in a little league up there, and they had a varsity team and a JV team there. And he's loaded. He's really got some good athletes coming up. So he'll be. I'm not going to jinx Dick, but you might be familiar with him down here quite a bit.
I think so, and I know his phone has rang from other programs, and because they see what he has done, and I've asked him, what is it that you do? And he just says, oh, it's the girls. I go, Coach, that's nice, but you have been here way more than they have.
We've had coaches go up there, and Dick and I have talked about their presses and stuff and so on. He's an excellent coach, and he really teaches good fundamentals. So he's a great coach.
And then you have Central Decatur, another good run for them. They're undefeated, 25-0. They go from 2A to 1A this year, and 1A is just absolutely tough, especially, Central Decatur had to knock off an undefeated team just to get to state.
Correct. And they beat us 2 years ago in the district final to get to 2A, and then we played them in JV the last couple of years. And Curtis does a great job of coaching down there. He's got a good program down there. And he's got some really good athletes. I know the junior class is really good.
So tell us a little bit about you. Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Wall Lake, Iowa.
Really?
Yeah, we're up that way.
You and Speed Herrig are good friends,
yeah,
right?
I know Speed. Yep.
Everybody knows Speed, I guess.
Yeah, my younger brother went with his sons to school, so yeah, I know Speed.
So from Wall Lake, where else have you coached besides Panorama?
Actually started at YJB, and then we merged together to form with Penora Linden to be at Panorama, and this is my 25th year at Panorama.
5th year?
25th.
25th.
Yeah.
So what was the school before?
Penora Linden, and I was at YJB.
Yeah, what's YJB?
It was Yale, Jamaica, Bagley, and then we were called YJB.
Yale, Jamaica, Bagley. I did not know that existed.
I did not know that was this until I got the job there either.
And then, do you teach there in the school?
Yeah, I'm the business ed teacher at Panorama.
And so you have a squad. I mean, what do you got coming back next year?
We got a good nucleus coming back. We lose 5 seniors, but we have 2 starters coming back, and we have our JV was undefeated. And they had a really good season. So have a bunch of juniors that have been kind of sitting there behind the seniors waiting for this opportunity to come up.
And they'll get their chance here soon enough. So the atmosphere, the experience, you play on the court. What does that do long-term for you?
Well, just the excitement coming down here. We had a send-off that the girls just absolutely love, and they discovered all the attention you get when you come down to the state, and they like that. So hopefully this inspires them to get in the gym. But I think we have a group of girls that will come to the gym and work hard this summer.
All right, head coach Dan Druvengay. Did I get it right again, or did I mess it up?
No, you got it correctly.
All right, sometimes I get a mental block on things. Head coach at Panorama. Thank you, Coach, for coming over and talking. Congratulations on your academic. What's her GPA? Do you know?
3.98. I wrote a letter about it. It was
and
really
what is
good.
she going to study?
She's going into the medical field, nursing maybe some type of. She's going to go to Northwestern of Orange City to play basketball and run track.
I can't tell you how many players we talk to here end up at Northwestern or Dort or something like that. There's just a tremendous amount.
She looked at Dort also. She liked both of them.
There you go. All right, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully we'll see you next year back here at the state tournament. We're back after this second half of Teynor and Grundy Center on CISN.
Building a strong community doesn't happen overnight. It takes a vision for the future, the ability to turn a challenge into a success, and individuals who inspire new generations of growth. Greater Des Moines has done a lot of growing over the years, and so have we. At Brick Gentry Law, your success is something that we create together. Thank you for making us a part of your community. Thank you for 50 years.
Get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Many times at the Lodge of Ashworth, new members come to us from their big, beautiful homes. They find our spacious 2- and 3-bedroom suites to be an ideal fit. We have a limited number of these larger and penthouse-style suites, perfect for the retiring executive style living. We have suites ready for immediate move-in, or we can help you customize. The Lodge of Ashworth is all-inclusive, no surprise additional fees or upcharges. Call us today for a private tour and ask us about our flexible pricing plan.
I opened the Hearing Clinic to offer patients and their families a positive healthcare experience. If you have trouble hearing clearly at church, at the movies, watching TV, or with your friends and family in a group conversation, what are you waiting for? In less than half an hour, we can give you peace of mind and answer any questions that you may have. Call us today to schedule your appointment. The Hearing Clinic, 515-440-3323. We listen, you hear.
Back here at halftime, Grundy Center with the lead 19-13 over Teynor. And you look at the stats and you can kind of tell a little bit of the story there. 20% from the floor for Teynor, 4 of 20, 1 of 10 from three-point range. Grundy Center, 38.1% from the floor, 8 of 21, but 3 of 7 from three-point range. 4 of 6 from free throws for Teynor. That's kind of kept him in a little bit here in this ball game where Grundy Center has not shot a free throw yet. 10 turnovers for Grundy Center, only 8 for Teynor. So it's the shooting percentage right now. So far, Grundy Center has made a little bit more of their offensive opportunities compared to Teynor's. Teynor 20 shots, Grundy Center 21, but 3 of those for Grundy Center were threes.
As we talked at halftime, the Panorama coach, Coach Druvengay, and he said he agreed. I said we should keep a stat of how many times Deichler has touched the ball, and I think it's really only about 5.
And when she has, there's been 4 players around her, 3 players around her, and that's been obviously the defensive strategy here for Grundy Center, and it's worked so far.
So do you bring her up? Move her somewhere else on the floor?
Maybe try to move her around a little bit, and get her the ball, because the longer that it works that they're sagging in her, the longer you keep doing it.
But once Teynor hits a couple of shots, this ball game could be
now if they hit a couple
different.
outside shots, that might be the difference too. If they could, get that. But maybe if you're Grundy Center though, you don't care. You let them try to beat you outside, instead of getting it to her. I want to say a quick shout out to my cousin Patty. She's 2 days older than me, lives in Grundy Center. I know she's probably watching today at work. I don't think she's here, but she'll be watching. So hi, Patty.
She would have done a selfie with you if she was here.
Yeah.
All right. Half number 2, Grundy Center brings their starters back out. They'll be in the maroon uniforms on the right side of your screen. And again, zone approach from Teynor. Second quarter wasn't really a lot of passes for Grundy Center. They just were trying to get shots. They got some in transition. They hit big buckets like that. I'll tell you what, if Haley Wallace keeps hitting threes, Shields three-point plays like that, good things are going to happen for the Spartans.
And there's 3 or 4 passes, and then they shot it.
The lead is 9 for Grundy Center. Suderman drives and still struggling to find, and Deichler last touched it. She was in position for the rebound, was falling backwards, and somehow got a hand on it, but nobody else was there to corral it.
She kind of had to go over, and there was a Grundy Center player down there, too.
Wallace now with 8 after that 3.
So far, that full court pressure has not led to big points for Teynor.
Oop, that's a travel. Yep, yep. That is a travel, Peter.
Yeah. She caught that, and she had to kind of spin it a little in her hand, and as she did, she walked. If she could have caught it clean, she probably would have went straight up, but it wasn't in her hand to spin it to shoot.
Trying to figure out what a catch is now. Boy, he moves on from one other. Nice drive by Suderman. Too hard off the glass. Rebound Flater. Wallace has it in transition. Nearly has the pass picked up ahead. Too strong. Rebound out for Trainor's Kayla Chapman. Chapman been doing a lot of things for this team. Now it's trying to score, and it's a block. And that is on Sydney Matthews. Well, if you're Teynor, do you just try to get it in transition? The problem is, neither team's scoring a lot of points, so you can't get points off of, a quick inbounds or something like that. Nice move by Chapman. Gets her own board, puts it up. She travels.
And Grundy Center held the rebound at 17-13 in the first half. And I think here, if they can start to maybe get a little bit off the pressure and get a couple quick baskets, but they haven't got any quick transition baskets.
22-13 advantage for the Spartans, the pride of Grundy County for today. And that was a near travel, and that was too far of a pass. It is a turnover, though, as McMartin just couldn't quite chase it down.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but bounce pass a little more inside and a little harder.
Suderman, top of the key, gets it back from Deichler, and a foul. Now that's a different look. That was a give and go. And the moment that Grundy Center says that's what's going to happen, they'll switch it up and do something different. She'll turn around and shoot it or something. When you get frustrated and you get into that third and then get into the fourth.
Lindemann in for Matthews for the Spartans.
You start to press just a little bit. In the corner, 3. Attempt. Suderman hits the 15-footer. That's a nice shot. Connor Suderman. First points of the second half. Kicked. It'll stay Grundy Center ball, but the bench hops up. Likes the spirit. Wallace to inbound. And does. Flater going to have some help. McMartin.
And that press break passing has been very crisp for Grundy Center.
Backside, Flater underneath, hits the underside of the backboard. Deichler gets it, goes to the ground. Good hustle by Madeline. Sudman bumped, kicks. Three-pointer. No! Deichler, the board, gets it away while she falls down again. Deichler working hard. Again, the fake on the second one through. Chapman fouled on the effort. So now Teynor has changed that offensive strategy.
Yeah, Now they're high screening and coming around. That time they came around with the handoff. The thing is, they're going to have to, they're not going to get very deep in the lane on that because they're still sagging in there for Grundy Center.
And Flater picks up the foul, and that's her third. Flater only with 2 points, but 3 fouls. As the second free throw is good. 1 and 2. And more pressure. Lead cut to 5. Grundy Center. Now trying to get a good offensive series together. Nice move, Wallace to the rack, too strong. Flater up, over, and a foul.
Might go on Sudeman.
Maybe. No, it's going to go on Chapman.
Fouls on trainer number 34, Galen Chapman. First, second, keep out number 1.
Just the first team foul here, the second half on Trainer.
Wallace thought about it. McMartin did too. Flater reverses it. Wallace, won't go. Deichler the rebound. No, that was Huseman. Grundy Center helping the officials out.
Yeah, behind us here, everybody calling travel on that one. But
and there, see, third time through, they feed it. 3 ball, no. Sudeman's shot not falling.
Deichler almost playing the triple option quarterback there. Fake right, fake left, hand off right, keep it, whatever.
PRO, pass run option.
Yeah.
I'll ask Andy, the football coach. What's that? Is that called the pass run option? What's that triple option? PRO? Isn't there an initial for that? They call it, if it's the run pass option, RPO? RPO, run pass option. Andy coaches football, so he can help me out on that a little.
Nothing like stealing a good idea.
Yeah, that's true. In trouble, stolen away Deichler. Here come the running Trainer Cardinals. Up ahead, Chapman puts it on and in.
Outscored them 6-3 here now in the third quarter.
Lead down to 3. It was 9. Turnaround, shot, long, rebound, Trainer. She hits here. Loose ball, tipped, kicked, out of bounds off of Lindemann. It'll stay Trainer basketball. I think the place would erupt on the Trainer side of the field house if they would have hit right there.
The Trainer only had 2 fast break points in the first half, and right away here they got 2 on that one.
Castle for a moment thought about it. Sudeman will drive and then pull back out. Chapman for 3. Yes!
We got our second tie.
All the way from 9 down. It's been all Chapman. A Shields 3-point play. Second tie and timeout, Grundy Center. The Cardinals have come all the way back to tie it here in the semifinal.
Spring has arrived at the all-new Fireplace Superstore. Drop in and check out all the new 2017 patio furniture. At Fireplace Superstore, you will find Central Iowa's most complete outdoor furniture selection for your deck and patio, including gas and charcoal grills, fire pits, and wicker furniture. Get in on the early spring savings going on now. Fireplace Superstore has been creating your outdoor style for over 35 years. Fireplace Superstore just west of Homemakers on Douglas in Urbandale.
Here's the thing, Dar. Chapman has 11. Deichler has 3. Sudman has 3. If you're Grundy Center, are you gulp? Do you have a gulp moment right now? Uh-oh.
No, not a time to panic, I don't think yet. They need to get their offense going a little more. They've had some good looks, they just haven't been able to complete it.
Driving and missing is Grundy Center.
Sock on that
Sock on that one. And then she almost fouled on the other end. Sudman drives and scores. And that looked easy.
That's what you can't do, is not defend the basketball and let them drive right in. Nobody picked her up.
And now it's a 2-point lead for Teynor. Grundy Center kicks. McMartin tied up, rips it away, and then gets it to Sock. Wallace had been scoring the points for you. Flater's been kind of held quiet down low. Sock drives, looks to drop, kick, and does. Swung. Lindemann hits.
That's how you do it. Get back to passing the ball. And we're tied again.
That ends the run.
And Teynor had led until they opened up the 5-0 lead to start the game, till that last possession.
Sudman travels before the foul.
But there again, they let her go. She went one-on-one there, and the defender down low didn't look like they were coming over to help on that drive. And that's something they're going to have to do to stop off the lane to the basket.
Still that pressure. And then they go deep on the pass as opposed to the short, quick pass behind. Grundy Center moves it around. Lindemann, 3, no. Rebound, Teynor, and again, Deichler falls down and she says, ow.
She's getting up slowly.
And she's the last one up the floor, but she gets it now in transition. Dribble, kick. Sudman looks to the bench. The call is 50. Fast-moving third quarter as we're under a minute. Sudman thought about the 3. Deichler's got Flater beat. Flater steps in front and gets it, and then a foul on Deichler. And that was a dangerous play for Grundy Center because Flater is already playing with 3.
Back to what, though, on the top, on that post when they came across, Maddie McMartin stepped in that time and didn't allow the handoff coming through. So they have adjusted a little bit to that play where they set the post there at the free throw line and they do the option that we were talking about.
Flater catches and throws, and now Wallace will drive. Thought about it. McMartin almost had that pass stolen. Under 25 seconds left. Lindemann drives. Looks like Grundy Center moving it and holding it. Pass is tipped and then finally stolen by Deichler. 10 seconds. Deichler thinks the 3. Passes it up for Chapman. 4 seconds. Chapman over 15 for the guard! Teynor takes the lead to end the third quarter. 26-24, the final 8 next.
Iowa. And here, we don't just dream, we make history by nearly doubling our clean energy as part of our 100% renewable vision. With this, our energy costs will remain some of the lowest in the nation. We'll create new jobs and boost economic growth. Our air will be cleaner, our state stronger. And together, we'll advance this country's energy future forever. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service. This is Iowa.
Miss your hometown clothing store? The one that had it all? Everything to get the work done, all in one place? G&L Clothing is your hometown Iowa store. Stop in and see us. Or we're only a click or phone call away. Family owned for nearly a century. G&L Clothing. 1801 Ingersoll, Des Moines.
G&L Clothing, your size, your style, we've got it all.
Forgive us for craning our necks. Grundy Center is having their introduction right now, and most of the arena is looking up. One of the players walked in a boombox on wheels and then started playing.
One of the things, if you come to the game, you get to see these little behind-the-scenes things on the scoreboard.
We're not going to show you on television. They want you to come to the game.
You should also catch some snacks that are getting thrown here. But
legendary broadcaster Scott Unash walks in. He'll be on camera right now. You can see what a radio guy's face. Oh, he won't go on camera. The radio guys don't want to show their face.
Yeah, well.
There he is. There's his hand. Scott will be here for the game. I don't think he has the next one, does he? Let's see. Next is, he'll have Cascade and North Union, and then Springville and Exira. But this one is Teynor and Grundy Center. The Cardinals get the basketball to start. Chapman hit the nice 15-footer right before the buzzer to end that third quarter.
Teynor outscored him 13-5 in the third.
.26 for Teynor as we go to quarter number 4. Grundy Center with the basketball back. Up by 2, or is the Teynor Cardinals. Flater hits on the right side.
That's a good way for them to start the fourth quarter.
And then a foul on the steal, or on the inbounds. And that's Deichler.
Oh, Deichler, okay.
So Flater hits. Are you doing the Cascade game as well, or just the Springville game? Springville game you can hear. Yep, Springville game coming up. Scott Unash, he's been busy all week, head boys. Monday, Tuesday, and then you came over here. Hard-working fella. He always beats us in the awards. You know, he's good. Peter's he's gonna recruit him for us someday. All right. One free throw goes, but Teynor still leads by 1. 27-26. 3, no good. Rebound, Grundy Center.
Willis.
Matthews up ahead, now back with it. Guarded by Chapman. Inside Flater, looks for the cut, finds Wallace, who finds the bottom of the net. Haley Wallace. That's a Shields three-point play. And the lead is back in favor of Grundy Center. 30-26.
Outscored them 6-0 here to start the fourth quarter.
So Grundy Center not going away.
You kind of wondered if Teynor on the comeback and their experience, if Grundy Center might falter a little bit, but so far no, as we start the fourth quarter here.
Three-pointer on the way. No, rebound. Carmen had a good look. Wallace. Inside Flater on the block. Turn around for a cutting Willis, and there's a jump ball. It'll stay Grundy Center basketball.
Yeah, Willis is saying that's my fault. It was a quick shovel to her, and she wasn't quite ready for it and fumbled it and allowed him to tie it up. And she said to Flater, my fault. I should have been ready.
Stolen away Chapman. Yes, got the job done. Subban on the breakaway. Flater. Oh, that's huge on so many levels. Sudman the 3. Flater picks up foul 4, and we're only at 6-12. So you have 2 sets of momentum indicators going up, and it wasn't a lot of contact.
She went down and still shoved that ball ahead as she was falling down to her teammate on that.
Sudman, oh, that was pretty. And hits the free throw.
Here comes Lindemann in for Flater. And that's big defensively on the rebounding end of it, too.
Grundy Center clings to a 1-point lead. Wallace to Willis. McMartin. Coming up is Wallace. Drives and shoots. No contact, no foul. Oh, Sudman thought about it. She's at the NBA side. She'll pull up, go inside Deichler. Defense collapse. Sudman cuts and scores and one. Connor Sudman. And the Cardinals take the lead back by one with a chance for one more. The replay was impressive.
Well, Grundy Center started the quarter 6-0, and now Teynor has a chance to make it a 6-0 run of their own to come follow right back here.
And they do.
Yep.
Sudman quietly getting her point star.
Yep.
She's now at 10.
They're getting them a little more in transition, too, instead of the set offense. Coming down and attacking immediately.
Spartans down a bucket. Wallace is going to be fouled by Chapman.
That'll be just 5 on Teynor, team fouls. Both teams with 5 now, so 2 fouls to give before we're shooting free throws in the fourth quarter.
Wallace made a cut for it. McMartin had to get the ball in the inbounds, and the ball is kneed by Sudman. Sudman, only a junior. She reached 1,000 career points during the regional tournament. Deichler and Chapman, both good golfers. Right now, they're trying to be good basketball players. And Huseman is called for the foul.
And fans don't like that because she had her back to the ball, and it looked like a Grundy Center player came over her to try to get the ball. The pass wasn't low, and she ends up taking the foul on that. I don't know, maybe there was a grab we didn't see down there, but.
Matthews with it, drives, float, and it's a charge. And stepping up, give Huseman credit. She didn't hesitate to step in and take it. And Matthews picks up 4, and she'll have to sit down. And Flater still on the bench. Probably another minute and a half.
Yeah. And the next foul that's non-offensive foul will be shooting 1-on-1.
Teynor by 2 and the ball. Sudman, too strong. Deichler, you could call out a pass, and then she'll be called for the foul. Deichler whistled.
Couple shots falling just a little short, maybe a little fatigue, but now we'll go down for the 1-on-1.
Third foul on Deichler.
Yep.
Shooting free throws. The 1-and-1. The first one is hit by Kylie Willis.
And got every bit of the rim on that one.
Back to a 1-point lead. This would tie it. Fourth tie of the game. 4.5 to play in this the semifinal here at Wells Fargo Arena in Class 2A. Teynor, number 2, top seed in the field. Number 1 is watching from home. Deichler has to take it. Back into Madeline. Drives, hop, step, and a jump, and a rebound. Huseman and foul on the backup by Willis. Flater is back in, so now Huseman has 3, Deichler has 3, so does Chapman. For Grundy Center, Willis has 3, Flater has 4. Flater goes out. Huseman converts. Lead back to Teynor. Wallace gets it again. Around, kick out. 3.
Wow. That's stepping up.
Lindemann made it look easy on a Shields three-point play. Suderman drives. No good. Rebound. Grundy center. Two-point advantage, Spartans.
Teynor going to extend the defense out a little.
Yeah, you saw Stockdale come out on that one. Chapman does too. Wallace drives. Oh! Boy, I thought for a minute that was going to go.
Yeah, it looked like almost had the angle, but just a little too sharp on the angle there.
That's almost the same drive she had maybe 2 minutes ago and had no foul called. Sometime those, you're just trying, you go too strong, you're anticipating contact. So Wallace hits the free throw. Extends the lead for the Spartans to 3. Now 4. Timeout, Teynor. Hey, tell your friends, there's a pretty good basketball game on CISN.TV.
Iowa pig farmers care. Learn more at iowapork.org.
And B. Being in Des Moines, you just get it through the experience.
I'm a fan of a lot of our fast, casual cuisine.
A little theater, some great restaurants.
There's a lot going on musically.
If you can't find things to do in Des Moines,
you must be boring.
This is a magical place.
Three minutes remain. One goes home, one plays tomorrow in the 2A championship game. Will it be Teynor, who was there last year and fell short? Suderman drives, gets the rebound, and then it's tipped off of Grundy Center. It'll stay Teynor basketball. Or will it be Grundy Center, who knocked off Iowa City Regina, coming into this with a 23-1 mark. Trying to play spoiler. Deichler just hasn't had a good look at that basket all day.
And there again, they double team her.
3 for Chapman, and loose ball, Wallace. Not only their leading scorer, she's not too bad at rebounding. In fact, she's got 4, now 5. Brooke Flater has 8, though, to lead the Spartans.
Here's where you work the offense. We'll see Teynor will try to trap if they can.
Oh, yep, that's a travel. Yep. Can't do that. Sock.
She claps her hands. She's mad at herself. She knew
it.
She was looking, and, pressure ratchets up as we head toward 2 minutes.
Trainor's lead was as big on the other side. They got back to a 2-point lead. They led by 3 or 5 early on when they went 5-0. And then it's been Grundy Center. Had a lead of 9 at one point. Deichler drives, kicks. Chapman, 3, too strong. And Grundy Center pulls it down. Haley Wallace, the 2-minute warning. What a good way to start this Friday. 4 semifinals and 2 finals today. If they're half as good as this, we got a great day ahead. Flater. Wallace with 12 and the basketball for a moment.
Grundy Center off the ball. They got to move to the ball and give somebody there's a foul, but they got to come to that because Treynor's going to try to trap out high. And when you're off the ball, you got to be moving. You can't stand there and watch.
On the season, Grundy Center as a team shooting free throws, they are 59.1%, the lowest of any team in the 2A field. Will that come to be a story? And right now it is. The first free throw is off the mark, 90 seconds left. Wide open. Stogdill for a moment. And Suderman to the rescue!
Hits it.
Oh, wow. Shields three-point play. Connor Suderman. Wow. Lead to 1. And we'll be back on CISN.
It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
The Des Moines area is starting to buy trucks at Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. Up to $13,000 off MSRP. Select new 17 Ford F-150s. And up to $8,500 off MSRP. Select new 17 Super Duties. Schottenkirk Ford, the truck stop. Up to $13,000 off select new F-150s. Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. The truck stops here. Schottenkirk Ford.
Matt Lindemann, head coach at Grundy Center, in his 5th season as the Spartans girls basketball coach. He's been on the sidelines for football, played a lot of basketball, was on a great Appleton-Parkersburg team that had some DeVries and his team up ahead. That is a block as Kylie Willis was driving, and standing in her way was Madeline Deichler, and Deichler picks up the foul, and that is her 4th. That is 5.
Oh.
So Deichler fouls out at the 1:11 mark.
And Willis, a 66% free throw shooter. She hesitated a minute trying to think, do I drive or not? And then she made the decision to drive, and it ended up, she picked up the foul there.
Deichler fouls out with 3 points on the season. She averaged 18. Now it's up to Grundy Center to convert on free throws. Missed the last attempt, and this one as well. Falls short for Kylie Willis. There's a look at that play again. I think Deichler kind of knew it. Could have gone either way. Second free throw, no good as well. But somehow the rebound and then a foul on Suderman. Somehow Willis got the rebound. It was tipped out to her.
Yeah, and I think Flater might have got a little piece of it to tap it out of there.
So getting a chance again is Willis. This one she converts.
Little redemption there.
Well, when you keep getting to shoot them, at some point they're going to have to go in, right? Second one is good. 3-point lead as Willis hits them both. 39-36. Grundy Center leads Teynor with a minute to play in this Class 2A semifinal. Suderman drives, pulls up on the 10-footer. No! Rebound. Teynor kicked out. Suderman again. Good look. That's good. Nothing but net. We're tied at 39. Woo! Wallace drives and scores.
Oh, man. I was just about to say, will they pull it out? But that answer was answered for me.
Grundy Center by 2. 25 seconds. Three-pointer. No! Rebound, Grundy Center. Flater with it, and she's fouled by Suderman. So let's recap here for just a moment. Sudman hits the 3, and then in about 6 seconds later, Grundy Center comes down and hits a 2 by Wallace.
And Flater at the line shooting 49%. One, if she shoots 50% here, that's big.
First one.
This is
off the mark. Brooke Flater. Timeout. Timeout, Teynor. We have 17.6 seconds left. We're going to show them all to you when we come back.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa. Why do
The Spartans won the state title in 2005, and they haven't been here since. 13 years later, they're 17.6 seconds from going back to the title game tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock. Here's the question, Dar Danielson.
Yes.
How does Teynor disrupt that dream?
Well, it's key here. The key is the free throw, because if she hits it, it's a three-point game. Then you got to hit the long one to tie it. If she misses it, you can come down and you have options. You don't necessarily have to shoot the 3. You can drive in, shoot the 2, and hopefully get fouled.
Teynor out of timeouts. Second free throw is good for Flater.
So now don't foul. Defend the 3, don't foul.
Sudman, 15 seconds. Chapman drives in. The loop, no good. Rebound. Teynor, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Sudman, top of the key 3. Oh, she got the 3 off. It's short underneath. Flater's going to get it. And Grundy Center is in this 2A championship game with a 42-39 upset win at Wells Fargo Arena.
Great defensively there. They collapsed all the time on the ball, but they didn't foul, although they were in the 1-and-1. So, man, whoa.
Unbelievable sequence of events at the end of that game. Teynor had a couple of good looks. There might have been a shuffle of the feet at the top there with Sudman. And a game, Grundy Center's defense, Dar, in this contest.
Well, it was stifling at points. And how about Flater? She misses that first one. All the pressure's on, but she hit that second free throw. That meant they had to get a 3 to tie it, and that was key. You see the jubilant Grundy Center players there.
Please direct your attention to the court for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving flags, each participating player will receive a commemorative basketball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Gene Berger and Gary Ross. Congratulations to head coach Joe Chapman and the Cardinals from Teynor on an outstanding basketball season. Hey, Grundy Center fans, your team advances to the finals and will play the winner of Penn State and North Union on Saturday at 5 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Iowa Girls High School...
I think I heard that they're playing in the state title game. I couldn't hear from all the Grundy Center fans cheering.
Yeah, something about a game time Friday at 5.
Saturday at 5, they
Saturday
will play
back
in the title for the first time since 2005. Whew. Let's take a look at some of those highlights. It was Chapman for Teynor that did absolutely everything she could for this team today. But Brooke Flater hit the shot right there. Flater would finish with only 5 points. Sudman did everything she could, 16. Look at her drive and split the defense there. And then Lindemann's 3 was huge. Sudman's step back 3. That was big. And then this shot goes for Wallace. The runner, 18 for Wallace. The Spartans advance to the title game, 42-39. Teynor goes home with a trophy that wasn't one or two again this year.
Teynor comes in averaging 62 points a game, and they get 20 below that.
Well, it was that early 2-3 zone. Madeline Deichler fouls out at the 111 mark. She only had 3 points. The defense absolutely won this game for Grundy Center in my book.
Yeah, they just sagged low on the post, and then we talked about it. They moved up and tried to do that handoff at the free throw line, but then Grundy even adjusted there as they kept someone on that second person coming through, didn't let him get the ball. So great adjustments on defense there, and then hitting the free throws when you needed too late. They didn't get them all, but they got just enough to hold off Teynor.
Teynor goes home. Grundy Center advances to Saturday evening's Class 2A championship, which you can see on Iowa Public Television.
We will try to have Coach Lindemann come on at the halftime of the next game, so if you want to tune in, Grundy Center fans, and see what he had to say about it.
We'll try to get him here. And he'll be mic'd up tomorrow night as part of the coverage. Dar Danielson, always great to work with you.
You too.
And you carry the rest of the way. You've got pretty much every game from here on out.
Well, I'm going to sit out one and let Joe come in.
Okay, fantastic. But the Danielson boys will have you from here the rest of the way. Thank you so much, Peter Tarpey and the crew here inside Wells Fargo Arena for this opportunity. Great doing the pregame show with you as well.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's always good.
We got a lot of good comments. In fact, Joe said coming in, some lady saw my CISN and she said, "Thank you guys for the coverage," and he's kind of beaming his first little recognition, and she said, "You guys have done a good job," and she said, "Are you the young man who's doing the streams?" And he said, "Yeah." So it's fun, and we appreciate people watching and appreciate the good comments.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for watching. We're done for now. The other 2A semifinal comes your way next. This is live streaming of all quarterfinal and semifinal actions on CISN.TV. So long for just a while. See you tonight at 5:30 on Iowa Public Television.
Thanks for watching our live coverage of the Iowa Girls State Basketball Tournament on the Central Iowa Sports Network. You can check CISN.TV for a replay of this game. The free coverage of today's game was presented by Mid-American Energy, Schottenkirk Chevy of Waukee, Atlantic Coca-Cola Bottlers, and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union.
And there's a travel. I expect Riley Jacobs